Hey guys, how you doing? Jeff here. Second video of the day, and we're gonna, well, third, considering I have to upload the other one from yesterday that I recorded, the short, which I hope you guys all enjoyed. But we're gonna talk about Knights of the Old Republic remake and my thoughts on it. Now, there have been video after video talking about it. Yes, I know the hoopla about that one writer who is a raging social justice warrior, and that does give me a little bit of concern. But another guy pointed out that person isn't the lead writer. The lead writer actually wrote a lot of Knights of the Fallen Empire, which, for better or for worse, was a decent expansion. I gotta give it that. The writing was decent. So, but on the same token, it's like, what the hell do you need a lot of writers for? Unless you're gonna massively rewrite the dialogue, there's no need for a shit ton of writers. But hey, what the hell do I know, right? I'm just a gamer with some political acumen here. But anyways, going to KOTOR. Yes, it is my favorite Star Wars game of all time, and was the only Star Wars game to ever earn the title Game of the Year. That's how good this game was. Now, did I originally get it in 2002? No, because I didn't have an Xbox really in 2002. I didn't pick up KOTOR until 2003. Beginning, because that's when I finally broke down and bought an Xbox, Halo, and I picked up KOTOR. Now, I was expecting a Star Wars game, and I also have to put it in this frame because I see so many people say, oh, I grew up with KOTOR, it's one of my favorite childhood memories. I can't say that I necessarily grew up as in childhood, but by the time I picked it up, I was a 20-year-old United States Marine in Hawaii, deployed to his first major duty station by the time I picked up KOTOR. So I didn't grow up on it, but I definitely played the shit out of it, and I probably played it almost the entire time up until KOTOR 2 came out. And then I kind of just tag teamed those back and forth with a couple other games on Xbox to kill time in Hawaii. So that's my engagement with KOTOR. And yes, I consider the original KOTOR the best game ever. It's probably, like, you had to pick one of my favorite games, top of the list would hit KOTOR. The story was amazing. The characters were fantastic. The story was wide open because we're set 4 millennia before the events of the original Star Wars. So, I mean, it had to look retro somewhat, but it had a gigantic playground to play with, and oh, did it do so. And the great thing is, you're set so far back in time, regardless of how things shaked out, you could still hit what happens in the events of Star Wars. So, freaking great. And, like I said, I played the ever-loving crap out of that game. I played, light side male, dark side male, light side female, dark side female. I played with all the choices. I mean, I played the crap out of that game. It had one of the best plot twists ever. It had an engaging villain/villains. The planets were amazing. Yada, yada, yada. So y'all get my... I have intrinsic value in KOTOR. I have it on mobile. I have it on Steam. So, I have this game. It's in my library. And quite frankly, KOTOR 2 almost eclipsed the first one. It just kind of fell short because it was rushed. It is what it is, guys. But KOTOR 2 is also up there and probably my top 5 favorite games of all time. Because it took a lot of the great ideas, expanded upon KOTOR 1, especially in the gameplay mechanics and customization and all that, and asked real deconstructive ideas about the idea of the Force itself. Kreia, one of the best characters of all time. Fight me. So, now we get to the KOTOR remake. I am going to just say it outright. I am cautiously optimistic. I'm in that cautious crowd. I want this game to succeed. I want this game to flourish. I want this game to be fucking awesome. But I'm also scared this is going to be kind of like the Final Fantasy VII remake on steroids, where they change good amounts of the game from the original, and all those longtime fans are going, what the fuck are you doing? The story was perfection. Why are you messing with perfection? Now, as far as the gameplay mechanics, I'm a longtime D&D fan, so the gameplay mechanics of the original KOTOR and KOTOR 2 does not bother me. I had a lot of fun with it. I also liked, Neverwinter Nights, Neverwinter Nights 2. yada, yada, yada. So the D20 thing, I totally fell in with and I could jam with. But I wholeheartedly understand in this day and age, that's very retro, and a lot of kids and a lot of younger people are not going to jam with that. So I can understand from a gameplay aspect, it's probably a little boring and stale for certain people. And I could definitely see them following the footsteps of Final Fantasy VII and completely redoing the, play style more along the lines of Final Fantasy VII. And I get that. I understand. I'm okay with that. And I'm, also, re-rendering everything and bringing it up to the most modern graphics available. Yes, please. More of that, my girl. More of that. If you didn't catch the Ford versus Ferrari reference, well, I am sorry for you. And if they want to add in some more side quests and this and that, totally fine. And I also understand that they're going to have a lot of the original voice actors, as many as they can get, re-recording lines. Though, sadly, people like who voiced Candace, long since passed, R.I.P., and they're going to have to bring in new people to revoice them. Look, guys, life happens. We all have to understand that. Could they use the same voice actors' lines and just, punch up the volume and all that? Yeah, they could. Is it going to work the best? I don't know. Sometimes you just have to re-record it. It's just the way it happens, guys. But Jennifer Hale's coming back. Thank you for Bastila. That's my Star Wars waifu. I'm sorry to the Mara Jade crowd. I love Mara Jade, but Bastila's my waifu. She is. She truly is. Oh, Bastila. My girl. My girl. And Jennifer Hale's coming back to voice her. Yes! Pure win! But, like I said, I want to be really hyped for this game. I really hope, in that presser, it's like, we want to stay true to the spirit of the game. It's like, yeah, we're going to try and keep this game as much humanly possible. We're going to make significant changes. And I'm like, please don't do that. Please really don't do that. Just update the graphics, update the engine, the gameplay I understand. Leave the dialogue alone. It was perfection. We had strong female characters. Very well-written characters. The male characters were well-written. Revan was well-written. In fact, yes, the canon version of Revan was male, but if you want to play Revan as a female, knock yourself out, just like I told someone. KOTOR 2, first time I played it, I played a male Jedi Sentinel and became a Watchman. Does that make it canon? No, Mitra Surik was the canon version of the Jedi Exile, a Jedi female. But anyways, cautiously optimistic. I have some reservations, especially since they're hiring so many writers, and I hope they're not massively rewriting the game. And yes, they're rebuilding the game from the ground up because it kind of has to be done. But I hope the graphics are amazing. If they, change the way the game is played, like gameplay-based mechanics, I understand you have to appeal to a different crowd and a different time, and the D&D style is just not for everybody. I totally get that. But please don't fuck with the story. If you want to add some extra side quests and a little more dialogue to deepen the characters, cool. Don't fuck with the story. That's all I'm asking. Please don't fuck with the story. But anyways, I'm Jeff. There's my video on KOTOR, and I'll catch you later.